Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to our channel, Totally Tates. I'm Joshua.
I'm Crystal.
And y'all, welcome. Look, if this is your first time joining our channel, welcome to our family, you guys. We are Totally Tates, you guys. And look, go ahead and subscribe to that channel. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel, you guys, right there down there at the little graphic thingy right here. Look, I just screwed this all the way up. But whatever y'all, is okay. We're gonna get right into this video, y'all.
So today, you guys, we have a topic that is very dear and near to our hearts.
It's really dear to our hearts.
It's really dear to our hearts. It really means so much to us. It's something that we've struggled with and something that we're still kind of struggling with and
figuring it out. That's what I was saying.
I was about to say now we're kind of figuring it out.
It was a struggle at first, and now we're figuring it out.
Yes, and today what we're talking about is our faith journey with our special needs children. Yeah. We're both Christians. We believe in God, and we gave our lives to Christ. And it didn't always look like that for me. I didn't grow up in a church. I didn't. I'm not gonna say I didn't believe in God, but I just didn't try to live for God back then. And so coming into it, I'm like, okay, I'm pregnant now. This is like a year or two later after I gave my life to God. And I'm pregnant now. I'm all happy and stuff until when we found out about the condition, it was like, God, what in the world? I am new. I am a babe in Christ. I'm a babe in you, Lord. Like, what? Like, just a complete testing of my faith from the very beginning of my walk with God.
But for me, this wasn't like my very first challenge that I faced as far as, with my faith in Christ and with my belief in just believing for God to do things. Because, one thing that I did pray for was my wife, and hey, I had her, and that was a miracle, you guys. But just other than that, though, I haven't experienced nothing to that magnitude at that moment. And so for me, though, I've been in a relationship, my relationship with God, it was on and off. I'll say on and off, because I backslide, kid doing just kid stuff,
Right.
But overall, I did believe that I had a stronger faith. In that moment. So it was hard, but it wasn't just oh God, what am I gonna do? In the very beginning, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, so for me, it was a complete opposite. I was like, oh God, crying. I'm going through, this is my first child, my first pregnancy. God, what? Why? Basically, I'm like, why, God? I've turned my life around, God. I've done, I've given up all of these things that I used to do. God, why are you doing, basically, I'm like, God, why are you doing this to me? What did I do wrong? I really had that question in my heart, God, what did I do wrong to do, to get this, and to deserve this, basically, in my mind, it was just unimaginable. I couldn't believe it because, I came, basically, like I said already, I came from this type of Crystal to now I'm this Crystal in God, and this is what I was presented. And so for me in that moment, it was just a real shaking of my faith, a real testing, because I'm like, Lord, I don't know about healing. I don't know about all of these different things. Yeah. But, at the same time, I was like, I'm still going to pray about it. I'm still going to try my best to believe that God can do it, or not that he can do it. I did believe that he can, because he's God. He can do all things, but it was will he do it?
Will he do it?
Yeah, because we don't know.
Yeah, and I do know, even when we first got the news, it wasn't just me and Crystal by ourselves. The first thing that we immediately did, we went to our pastor's house and we talked with him and his wife, because for us, this was shocking news to us. And at this moment, we didn't know this though, but the best thing about, not even in this moment, the best thing about it, when we went to our pastor and his wife's house, they shared with us their story.
Yes.
When they were pregnant, their child had diagnosis. And they said their child was going to have a severe condition, but God healed her child. The ultrasounds, the ultrasounds and stuff, they said it, they saw it, but God healed their son. And that was a real boost of faith for us.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not gonna lie, because we just didn't know what to do when we talked to them, and they went through that. We man, this,
like,
I know it's hard.
Jesus.
Yeah.
If you did it before, God, you'll do it again.
Yes.
That's where we was. So
That's
we
where
were
we
like,
were.
yeah. So we were like, okay, and she came with us to the next appointment. She came with us. She saw what they were saying, and so like we're getting like little increments of faith boost here and there, and
like we like, man, God gonna do it. God gonna heal our son.
Yeah,
man.
so we were getting excited a little bit, but then we would go back to the next appointment, and same thing. Each appointment.
Just the same diagnosis, they seeing the same things, and through that it was difficult for us, but like our faith wasn't dead. And our faith wasn't dead because we had a lot of people praying for us. Like, we had a lot of people praying for us.
Yeah, we did have a lot of people praying. And so it was still hard, though, for me. Let's remember where I was. I was still new. So it was more challenging for me, like, on the mental side, on the inside of me. Exactly. So even during that time, like, I didn't want to have a baby shower. I didn't want to like celebrate. I just wasn't into it. Like, just being honest, I didn't want to do it, but we ended up having one anyways. We still had a baby shower.
Yeah, we still had a baby shower, and like just through that whole pregnancy, you guys, it was ups and downs, you guys, because it was just like, as time got closer for us to have the baby, it's like, nothing's changing. Nothing's changing.
Yeah.
And like, we were praying every single day, and
it was like it was getting worse.
Yeah,
because he was getting more fractures on the inside of me. Like, he was getting more fractures, and each appointment, he still has a fracture, or he has new fractures, or the bone in the arms and legs are still there. It was like, oh God, like, it doesn't look like you're gonna heal our son.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, you guys. But as much faith that we had in that moment. And I'm not going to talk about that, like, that time of our life from my perspective right now. But in that moment, it's like, man, we believe, but it's just like, we got a mustard seed of faith now. Like, that's literally, like, in the beginning, after hearing our pastors and wives story, like, we had like a big old watermelon of faith, or, we just had this big old faith. But as time went along, like, it just got down to where, like, literally we were only encouraged in our faith with that verse. If you got a mustard seed of faith, because y'all, that's all we freaking had.
Yeah.
Because going to the doctor's appointment, and just not only that, but like, we was dealing with life stuff as well. Like, we were going, like, we just dropped out of school, and all of this stuff was going on, and so like, we just had like mustard seed of faith, y'all. And we held on to that verse. Like, if you got a mustard seed of faith, like, God, that's all that we got. As we went along through the pregnancy, I can remember, you guys, like, from the day that we went there, going to the doctors, like, let's just, we can talk about just like that moment. Yeah, like that moment with us going to the doctors, because we think we're about to have him, right?
So we got to the hospital that night, or that morning, actually, morning. We got to the hospital that morning, and I was in labor, and I'm like, okay. And honestly, like, in that moment, I didn't even care anymore. Like, not to say in a negative way, but it was just like, I was like, I'm about to be a mom. Like, that's where my heart and my mind was at. And so I was emotional about just the fact of becoming a mother. It didn't even matter what in that moment, I didn't think about the condition anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm about to be a mom. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be my baby. And I really felt good about it.
Yeah,
honestly,
and that's exactly how she was, you guys, because on the day of delivery, I really remember it, because this was a pivotal moment in my life. I'm just letting y'all know, this was a very pivotal moment in my life, a big moment. Crystal was actually taking it way better than me. And I'm gonna cry, you guys. I'm just letting y'all know this, because it still hurt me, because we're still healing, and we're still going through, you guys. But you guys, Crystal was doing good, and I can remember that day, had smiles and she was ready, for the procedure and everything. And then they put her on the drugs, for her to have the C-section, because she had to have a C-section, you guys.
Yeah.
And she went in, of course, before me, because they got her prepped and they got her ready. And you felt the same way on the inside, right? So, but the whole time I'm on the outside, you guys, putting my stuff on, and I'm just praying, you guys. I'm just praying, and I'm just like, I didn't know what to expect. And I was just like, man, in my mind, I'm like, when our son come out, he gonna be healed. Mm-hmm. I'm like, God, I believe you, man. Just show me, God. Show me that you real, because this really has been one of the hardest moments in my life up to that point. Mm-hmm. And it's like, God, just show me that you real, man. Perform this miracle. And I'm just praying the whole time. And when I get inside, and the crazy thing is, they almost delivered Samson without me being in there. But thank God I was able to go in there. And so I get next to Crystal, and I'm holding her hand. Mm-hmm. And were we playing some music, or were we not?
I don't think.
Okay.
So. I don't think
yeah. No. That was for JJ and JoJo. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I get in and I'm holding my wife's hand, because I'm by her side, and I'm just praying for her, because it's a lot of things that could go wrong. Mm-hmm. And I'm praying for my wife that everything will go smooth. And I remember, like, just as they started doing the procedure, I'm just praying, and I'm like, God, let it happen. Like, God, let it happen. Mm-hmm. And when I saw that Samson was coming out, and I didn't see it because I was behind the curtain, but like I'm over here, just trying to look, but I'm just praying with Crystal, and I'm just praying like, God, do it, God, because mm-hmm. I believe. But as they took Samson out, I got up, and when I got up, I didn't see a healed baby, you guys. Mm-hmm. And in that moment, Crystal say she saw it on my face.
No, I absolutely saw it on your face.
She saw it on my face, you guys. I was crushed, y'all.
And I was like, baby, what's going on?
Yeah, she like, what's going on? And I literally, you guys, I just wanted to cry right there in that moment. I wanted to cry. Because when I saw my son for the first time, he looked like he wasn't alive. But not only that, like his legs and his arms, they was all like twisted and stuff. And that was super scary for me.
Yeah.
And in that moment, it was like, God, like on the inside of me, I'm crying, you guys, on the inside of me. But I'm trying to be strong, because I got my wife right there next to me. And I know that I can't have her worrying about anything. And for me, as a father, as a new father, but as a husband, and just trusting in God, it was just like, God, it's like, why? It's just like, why?
It's like, yeah.
That's how I felt. I don't feel like that today, y'all, but I can't let go of that pain that I felt. Mm-hmm. But it was just like, God, like, why? Why didn't you heal my son? Why did you let him come out like this? Like you don't love me, you don't love my wife. Like, and then that's when I can truly say, like, this faith stuff with special needs is what we talking about, our journey, our faith journey with special needs. That's when it really, really started. Yes. Because for me, y'all, I'm just being honest. Like, I was like, I don't know if God is real. And I said that out of my mouth. I don't know the God that I serve. Because how can he do this to two young people? Two people that love each other. Mm-hmm. Two people that literally, we changed our life around. We changed our life around, you guys. And not like we was just doing all crazy things, but like we really made it up in our hearts that we wanted to serve God. And even just going back before we even got to this point, the reason why we wanted to have a child was because we felt the calling of God for us to have a child. Oof. And it was like, God, you called us to have a child, but this is what it is, God. And that was hard. That was super hard.
That was extremely hard.
Literally for the next few years, like, it was a journey. Like that's what it started in that room. But then after that day, literally, we had to continue going on with life, you guys. And we had to see how life was going to be. And Samson, like a few days after, he went to the hospital, to a special hospital, because that's what, for him to get a whole lot of better care.
Oh yeah.
Because
the NICU.
Yeah, the NICU. Yeah, for him to go to the NICU at the special doctor, so they can see if he's gonna make it. Because so in that moment, it wasn't even about special needs condition no more.
Right.
It was about if our son was gonna live.
Yeah, because he had like rib fractures. He had all like fractures literally from neck to his feet. And so he was on oxygen. He couldn't breathe on his own. He had a feeding tube. It was just like a lot.
Yeah, it was
a lot.
It was a lot. And you know, that's where, like, I'll say, that's where the real fight, you know, that's when it really, 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 like, it was like, okay, we gotta see what's gonna happen.
We gotta see what God's gonna do.
Yeah.
We gotta see how we gonna make it through with God. We had to just see, like, God, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do anything?
And from there, literally, me and even Crystal, we had to make a decision if we were still gonna believe, and I'm saying it at that moment, okay?
Right.
We had to make a decision if we really was gonna believe in this God that we serve. We'll start our part 2 and just take you guys in along the journey and how it's been up until 5 years. And that one, it's going to be a lot better, you guys. It's going to be a lot better, but then it's still hard because it's things that has happened in our life to really still test our faith concerning Samson, concerning his special needs condition. And then it even goes to us having our third son who's diagnosed with the same special needs condition. I did not want to open up to y'all like this, but I mean, I just, we're sharing this story right here because we want to help people. Like, we want to help people in caregivers of people with special needs, parents of people with special needs. I know we didn't talk about this for a long time.
We didn't want to talk about it either. It was something we wanted to suppress. Yeah,
we wanted to suppress it. And it can be a real struggle, but we're sharing this story, you guys, just to encourage, some people out there. So stay tuned for our next video for part number 2, you guys. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace out.
Peace out.